You know, fellas, perhaps we're a few years ahead of everybody right now with the material that we talk about on this channel. You know, the world is changing. We are in a revolution, and the Renaissance man will dominate the next decade plus. You see, we missed the majority of the revolutions, right? I presume, unless you're some type of vampire that's been here for 500 years. I don't know, because technically I don't know who's watching me, right? But the Industrial Revolution, right? It really forced us away from being the polymath, the man with all the different skills in the neighborhood, to being a specialist, right? Oh, well, what do you do? Oh, well, I'm the exec at this firm and I do that. And it really caused man to be put in a box, to be a specialist, right? They say you should look down on a generalist, right? A jack of all trades. And then we went through the internet revolution, right? Let's say late 90s, right? Early 2000s. I presume the majority of you watching this were either a kid, a baby like myself, or not born, right? And now we're going through the AI revolution, the renaissance, the rebirth. And the truth is, there is no more job security. The majority of your jobs will be gone within, let's say, 24 to 36 months. It's already begun. And now we see people who don't even want to work jobs anymore because you can make a fuck ton of money by turning on your camera for a second, right? By, turning on your phone, or by leveraging the skill sets that you have, or leaning into your entirety, your complexity. You see, society often conditions you to be on this path and do one thing, you got to do this and go here and do this route, right? A pre-laid out path for you, depending on what society you're from, what religion you're into, right? And oftentimes that leaves men, adults, feeling empty, right? And now that you have all these obligations, you're an adult, you have bills, let's say you have kids, you got family, you can't really go and explore those other facets of yourself, your entirety, right? Of who you are as a human being. And oftentimes when I talk to guys who are doing okay, but they still feel like, Dud, there's just something missing, I always tell them it's because you're not expressing every facet of yourself. Go back to your childhood, the version of you that was a child. What did you genuinely like to do? What interests you? And there you'll find your missing links. You see, I talk about being the most dynamic man for a reason. I've always been the weird kid. I've always liked a bunch of different things, but I was taught, no, Dud, you got to do this, right? You got to do this, Dud. Ou seja, vocês já pensavam que je parle beaucoup de langues. Depuis que j'étais tout petit, j'étais toujours envie de voyager, connecter avec toute qualité de monde. 他总是讲，我叫梅，是的，我我喜欢学习，你不是。Zhongjiang. You see, you have to, and I mean you absolutely have to grow. Debut city. You have to be dynamic. You have to evolve. The man that is just the specialist, the guy that's fooling himself by thinking that, no, I'm just going to stay in this job and I'm just going to be comfortable, you will be left behind. You have no security. You see, one thing that entrepreneurs understand well, especially if you're in the service industry, you understand that you have to keep on evolving to keep adding value. Otherwise, your business tanks, right? You have to keep evolving to get better, to keep providing service, because the market is always changing. Well, fellas, I want to tell you this. The Renaissance man will dominate the market of life. You see, life is always changing. And if you are not expressing every facet of your fiber, of your being, of who you are as a man, you're not going to make it. You see, a lot of guys look at this and they say, well, Dud, look, I don't fucking know how to do all these things. And I don't, look, one of my favorite Eboic proverbs goes like this. Pam pam kaunko, jeju obwa. Pam pam kaunko, jeju obwa. And that means little by little, the palm wine fills the bucket. And what that proverb means is that, listen, great things take time. You have to build yourself up. If you're 30 years old watching this video right now, and you've just been so focused on this one narrow path, right? And you find that, hey, your career might be threatened, or, you're not fulfilled in this one area. If you would just start today adding onto your arsenal of the archetype of man that you are, a compound effect would take place, right? And in 2 years, you'd be a completely different man. In fact, if you would just get 1% better every single day, do you know that within a year, 365 days, you would lap yourself over 3.5 times. You'd be 365% better. You multiply that by a decade, exponential growth. Fellas, you guys need to become more dynamic. I don't know how else to say it to you. You need to become a polymath. You need to become a Renaissance man. You see, people that watch my content, we're ahead of the curve. We're making ourselves dynamic in every area. The world is going to catch up. The specialist, I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for you specialists, for you guys that are just good at one thing. You have to become good across multiple different realms. And it's interesting, right? Because, the majority of my audience is approximately 25 to like 44, right? According to my analytics. For the guys in the 40s that watch me, you're still very young. Honestly, when you think about it, we have a president right now that's pretty much 80, leading the world. Like, we have a lot of life left to live, fellas, especially if you take care of yourself. And so if you think that you're going to be rooted in your same identity as a 30-year-old, as a 40-year-old for the next 30, 40 years, you're going to have a rough life. You have to adapt, fellas. Look, if you guys want to watch self-improvement videos that's just going to talk to you about surface level, superficial shit like body game and texting girls and all this other distraction, entertainment and bullshit, right? Look, maxing, go watch the other guys. Go watch the other guys. But if you want to be a man that reinvents yourself, that becomes dominant across all realms and sectors of human endeavor, you're in the right place. Fellas, the world will catch up slowly but surely. You need to be a polymath. And here's the thing. When I say polymath, when I say Renaissance man, right? Everybody's Renaissance man archetype looks different. For example, there are some of you guys right now who have more of an artistic type, an artistic personality, but you're working this one job, you've already established your career, and you say, well, Doug, there is no money in art. According to who? Where does that belief system come from? There is no money to art. What I'm doing right now is an art form. I'm a creator. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a creator. You see, entrepreneurs are creators. We stimulate economies. We employ people. I have a team. I'm putting out value. This is an artistic expression. So for those of you guys who are artists and say, well, there is no money in that, according to who? I had a live stream last week where I was talking to a gentleman and he said, well, he's an artistic guy. He wish he would have started putting out videos. Okay, start now. Start now, right? So many of you guys procrastinate, right? I was talking to a gentleman in my DM this past week, and he was saying, yeah, he tends to procrastinate with certain things. He's been kind of doing this for like 2 to 3 years, and he wants to, build and do certain things. And I was like, well, what's been holding you back, brother? Well, yeah, I get in my head. Okay, that's fine. We all get in our heads, fellas, but make sure to take the action now. If you were to just, start leaning into who you really are as a man, drip by drip every single day. I'm telling you, man, listen, 5 years are going to go by anyway. If you're 35, you're going to be 40 in the blink of an eye. If you're 45, you're going to be 50 in the blink of an eye. If you're 20, you're going to be 30 in the blink of an eye. You might as well have done the work in that blink of an eye. You see? Like on the outside, okay, yeah, we always just see the end product. Okay, it's cool to be a polyglot and speak multiple languages and be able to have freedom and live all over the world. But I told you guys, like, my background story of how I was insecure, limited belief. I was a grown man, a bum sleeping on a couch, driving Uber, working odd jobs, trying to figure out my life. Did you know that in that meantime, oh yeah, in that meantime, at my rock bottom, when I had no money or no nothing, I was studying languages, I was studying geopolitics, I was informing myself on things going on around the world. Because deep down, I've always been a Renaissance man. Even when I was called the weird kid for, being interested in all the other things while I was growing up in the hood. Okay, cool. I'll be that weird kid. But being that weird kid makes you dynamic as a man to where nobody can fuck with you. Nobody knows what to do when a Renaissance man walks in the room. I need you guys to understand how rare of a man this is, the polymath. Truly. Everybody wants to follow everybody else. Nobody wants to carve out their own path. Even in business, they fucking say, don't reinvent the wheel. It's hard creating your own business. Well, fuck you. I did that shit, nigga. The coaching program I offer, there's no offer like it on the fucking planet, right? There's guys that do fitness coaching. There's guys that do hypnosis and mental coaching. There's nobody that has the comprehensive body of work that I have, right? According to my clients. Hey. And so I've taken the longer path. The longer path, guys, look, it sucks. I'll be honest. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding. And everybody here has their own path that you can carve out for yourself. We can take inspiration from others. Absolutely. I take inspiration from a lot of people, right? But you have to be rooted in your own frame. I believe everybody watching this can be and is a polymath and is a Renaissance man. But you got to commit to getting better, fellas, in every area. Some of you guys think that just having money and being fit is enough. That's very surface level, fellas. Like, I'm able to walk into any room with any demographic. You put me anywhere. You put me in Scandinavia. You put me in the heartbeat of Africa. You put me in South America, where I'm at right now with the indigenous tribes or whoever. You put me anywhere in Europe because I've lived in Europe. You put me in Asia. And I can connect. I can build with anybody. That is a skill. And that's a skill that's becoming increasingly more valuable. Do you know why? Because I break every single stereotype possible. You can do the same thing too. Everybody has a stereotype around them, whatever country you're from, whatever. That's fine. But you can become the anomaly. You can become your own man. You can become sovereign. And as a result of that work that you're doing yourself, you can make a fuck ton of money and have freedom. You can have everything you want. Excuse me. But if you think that you just being, a trader or look, we can make good money in these career paths. But what I'm saying is there's more to life than just money. There's more to life than just, achievement. I've said it before. A lot of men who see success mistake achievement for fulfillment. When you're able to express every facet of yourself as a man, when you're able to challenge yourself in new endeavors, every single day, grow, learn, humble yourself, you become so fulfilled. You get this sense of fulfillment because there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to experience. Like, this is how you create so much adventure in your life that you never get bored, right? Some guys, we get so caught up in our routine and our life, and we can start to feel like something is missing. What's missing is you're only being a fraction of yourself. And so guys who can understand what I'm telling you, which is a small fraction, right? At the timing of this video, we just hit 20,000 subscribers, right? Probably only 1% of you will actually resonate with what I'm saying, because the concepts that I talk about, look, I'm not for everybody, right? I've made that clear from the beginning. I'm not a coach for everybody. I'm not a content creator for everybody. Like, I'm speaking my truth, and that's fine. My truth isn't going to resonate with everybody. The same way yours isn't going to resonate with everybody. But if you can take the core principles that I teach you guys and make it your own, you guys are going to have a fantastic life. And that's all I want for you guys. I want you guys to have a fantastic life. I don't want you guys to just be good. I don't even want you to be great, like I said before. Like, I want you guys to be the elite of the elite. And a Renaissance man is that. How many of you actually come across a Renaissance man day to day? You can go ahead and comment that in the comment section. How many of you actually come across a legitimate polymath in this modern day and age? Seriously, right? Guys can't even spell anymore. We got to use auto text. Guys can't even think anymore. So many mental blockages, right? We can't even think for ourselves. So the man that truly has sovereignty over his mind and that leverages all of his skill sets, oh my God, you're going to dominate. And so I want you guys to start figuring out who you really are. Not just the hat that you wear in society with your profession, not just your husband hat, your boyfriend hat, your son hat, your brother hat. As men, we wear multiple different hats in societies. But I want you guys to start thinking, damn, you know what? I kind of don't like Dudley, but that motherfucker spitting today. What the fuck do I like? What do I want to do with my life? God damn it. Shit. I'm working this job. You know what I'm saying? This bitch nagging me over here. What the fuck do I actually want? Oh yeah. You know, I kind of did always want to be a leader. I kind of did always want to be some type of artist, or, you know, I always wanted to do something with animals. I always wanted to do something with technology. Why am I not doing that? That could be a reason why I'm 37 and I'm not fulfilled. These are conversations that we all have to have with ourselves, fellas. I myself am discovering new things about myself that once were previously shackled due to the limiting beliefs that my family put on me and my mind. I'm reinventing myself every single day. For me first, you have to have a certain love for yourself as a man so that you can serve the world. But so many of us hold ourselves back mentally. We're blocked by our own perceptions of ourselves and what's possible. So many of you have been told that you can't do this or that you shouldn't do this because of where you're from. I was told I couldn't do half the things that I'm doing and experiencing right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I never imagined really living the life that I'm experiencing today. Like, I didn't have plans on being a mindset coach. I always knew I wanted to be some type of guidance counselor and help people. I didn't know I would go into the field of mindset coaching and building community. But as I leaned into myself and explored who I was as a man and all of the life experiences I had to go through and overcome, it just happened through serendipity, right? Serendipitous occurrences just happened. And now because of that, I'm a man that's rather idiosyncratic. And I want you gentlemen to all become idiosyncratic. And what that means is you're a one of one. There's no copy. This isn't cookie cutter. There's nobody on this planet like you. Everybody watching this video. You are somebody unique. You are somebody special. And there are people that literally need the next version of you. So don't delay your greatness by betraying yourself. You know, we betray ourselves so much. Every time we let fear consume us. Every time we let doubt consume us. Every time we take an action that we know doesn't serve us, we betray ourselves and the future people that we're going to serve, our families, the people that we're going to help. And it can be the most minute decisions. You said you were going to wake up at 6. You got up at 6:47 because you slept in a little bit. Betraying yourself. Delaying who you can be by possibly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years because you don't want to take action now and be your entirety, who you are. So fellas, I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today to make you think, right? AI is coming for everybody. You either learn how to adapt, become a polymath, and also work in unison and cohesion with AI. And who knows what's going to come out 5, 10 years from now? Who knows? If you even look at how different life was in 2010, 2015 to now, life is completely different now. So just imagine another 5, 10 years. This shit is moving fast, fellas. Like, I don't know if anybody else feels like this. This shit is moving fast, for real. And the man that is dominant over his mind and himself and is dynamic in a world that becomes increasingly reliant on robots and technology. Ooh-wee. You're gonna be a dangerous man. And so I want you guys to think about this, fellas.
The relationships that you make in this brotherhood go far beyond virtual Zoom calls. They're for life. The gentlemen in our inner circle span across all continents. We're here to challenge you, call you out on your bullshit, but also support you and celebrate with you. Nothing is off limits here. We talk about things that most men will never voice out loud, and that's where real transformation happens. This is Modern Day Renaissance Men. Not just a program, not just virtual Zoom calls, but a private brotherhood for men who already have wins underneath their belt, but want to step into deeper self-mastery. It's a place where accomplished men go who want to grow in every dimension and facet of life while being surrounded by men who are going to hold you to a higher standard. Not every man gets an invitation, but those who do, transform forever. If you're truly ready to sharpen every edge, become a complete version of yourself, and step into a brotherhood that'll challenge you at the highest level and to ultimately leave a legacy that most men only talk about, this is your personal invitation. Book a call below, apply, and let's see if you're a good fit.
I commit to mastering every facet of myself, living with the full spectrum of emotions, and serving from my authenticity. I am a noble, I am that I am. I am a warrior. I am everything that I say that I am. I am free.
Peace to the Renaissance, man.